Hi, and welcome to Spiritual Alchemy Energy, the podcast with Julie. Tonight, I am without my guest right now. I have someone on the way, but I want to thank, I was out last week, so I want to thank Katsura Balanza for filling in for me while I was gone. I went on a little journey, and it was a healing journey for me. And in that journey, I discovered I am a highly sensitive empath, where I was probably born an empath, but through being horribly abused as a child, it heightened my empath abilities to be so sensitive that sometimes words actually hurt physically. And what else did I get out of that journey? I got hello viewers coming in. I'm without some guests tonight. If you have any questions for me, I'm talking about someone's popping in. Hi, welcome.
Hello.
I was just talking about my little journey last week where I went on had a ceremony and I did some plant medicine. And I'm talking about the gifts that I got in that healing. And one of them was learning that I'm a hypersensitive empath. And the other is that I have to use my voice because I was silenced as a child through all my abuse. And then I got another gift at the end of the week. I had been talking to a girl for many months via email. She found me online and wanted to come do sound healing with me. Well, I have since closed my office. And hi, Jennifer. Give us a sec. This girl's been contacting me. I'm coming up. Then COVID happened. Couldn't do the appointment. And she was coming up December 4th on Friday. And I'm like dragging my butt. Like, I don't want to do this. Anyways, I did it. It was really beautiful. It was a birthday Reiki session. And so I got to, because I'm that highly sensitive empath, I got to do some Reiki. And so it was kind of like a confirmation of my healing, where I'm able to, as a healer, sense emotions in the body. And one of the girls I worked on, she had lost her grandmother. So I wasn't sure when I was touching her if it was like a breakup or it was grief from a loss. So she confirmed it was grandma. And as an empath, you also show compassion. Being an empath and being compassionate are two different things. Being an empath is putting yourself in that person's situation and feeling their feelings. Compassion is actually acting on that empathy and doing something about it. So when I do a session, I with this girl that had so much grief from the loss of her grandmother, like, she's right here. Talk to her anytime. Connect with her. She's not gone. So, and grandmothers, by the way, have a very special place because they are the ones that look over us when they pass away. And then this other girl I worked on, it was a beautiful experience. I never felt this on anybody that I've touched. I just felt laughter. Like, I giggled inside. I'm like, what's the joke? Are you the funny one of the bunch? And evidently she's the funny one. So that's her gift. And I'm the cheerleader also when I'm a healer. So go and use that gift, go explore it, and go try it out on TikTok. See where it takes you. So I had a really beautiful week last week. So that's that. I also traumatized my healers by introducing them to some beloved American characters, the Oompa Loompas and Smurfs. They had no idea who these characters were. I'm sitting there like singing Oompa Loompa songs. So I made up a little song. Oompa Loompa, Oompa-dee doo. I've got some woo-woo for your boo-hoo.
Amazing.
So, okay, welcome to the show. I'm just going to call you Cosmic Rainbow. And Jennifer, thank you for being here tonight. And doing our Akashic 2021 collective reading. And then if we have time, we'll do readings at the end if you guys are up to it. So you want to introduce yourselves again and tell us where you're at and what you're doing? Okay. Jennifer, you go, girl.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm just feeling into those here. So I'm just kind of wondering myself. I'm currently in the bathroom. My name is Jennifer. I'm tuning in from Irvine, California. And I consider myself, if we have to put a label on it, a soul linguist. And it's a label that I have felt very connected to because I have a background in linguistics, finding patterns of in people's culture and language, and bringing all that in with the spirituality and channeling that I've been doing, bringing our soul language for each individual. I consider myself a soul linguist, so I'm really excited to share what comes through today's reading. So, hello. Hi, Julie.
Hi.
It's been a while. Hi.
And by the way, I didn't realize when I met your brother that it was your brother. I met Jay a couple months ago.
Oh, yes. Yes, your brother.
Like, Jennifer? And I'm like, yeah, she's been on my podcast. I want him to come on and do a podcast with me. I need to contact him. But thank you for being here tonight. And Cosmic Rainbow.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
So my name is Cosmic Rainbow Heart, or my original name is Evelina. Actually, the Cosmic Rainbow Heart name was channeled from a bird like maybe a year or so ago, when at the time I was completely kind of, to be honest, clueless about channeling and even Akashic Records, as a matter of fact. And so, a lot has changed since then. And I'm also a Holy Fire Reiki master and teacher. I work with Reiki, and I think it was Reiki primarily that gave me the foundation to open up to my other psychic abilities and channeling abilities and so on. And I'm so honored and happy to be with you guys today. Thank you, Julie, for the invitation. Hello, Jennifer. I'm actually in Snowflake, Arizona. And I was very fortunate maybe 2 weeks ago or so to actually meet up with Jennifer in person. And it was just such a blessing. It was so great to connect in the physical.
Awesome. Reiki is like the gateway drug for it's like the starting point for people where they like really start exploring or they come to the realization that that they have these abilities to use. So
Yes, big time. I think it also was it's like a bridge of light for me to connect with, let's say, also all the beings, the souls that have moved on. You know, a lot of when I do a Reiki session, like just like what you had recently, Julie, I connect with the deceased ones. So yeah, that was definitely a gateway.
Yeah. So, do you guys been channeling? Do you want to open the Akasha and get in there, or did you already do that? So I don't know how you want to carry out tonight's presentation or reading.
So I feel like we could just open the records for the group for whoever is watching now and whoever will be watching in the future live. And so, yeah, we can just, what do you think, Jennifer?
I think that's a great idea. Maybe we could do for everyone tuning in. Maybe we could do like a quick introduction of what the Akashic Records are. Also,
Okay.
would you like to share? Oh, for those of you that are tuning in for the first time and seeing us three for the first time, I actually got the Akashic Record Training with a group of individuals, and me and Evelina, that's how we got to know each other. We learned from Alissa, and this was earlier this year.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, and then we met Julie a couple months ago for her podcast, and we've been invited graciously, so effortlessly, gracefully, and that's how we met. And about 2 weeks ago, I think 3 weeks ago, Evelina was in California, and so we met in person. So there was that beautiful synchronicity. The Akashic Records are a space in the ether where all information of all the possible timelines exist. And Evelina and I had training where we're able to tap into that and receive information through questions that people ask, that clients ask. And I receive information of from the Akashic Records now through vocal channeling. It feels like an explosion coming out, and so it just comes out. When I first started, it came through visuals. So when I say ether, it's like the space. So there's elementals of fire, earth, water, air, and then there's the Akasha. And so that's what we're tapping into. And we tap into it with the intention of tapping into it from a place of unconditional love and light. And so there's nothing to fear.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, and we have a prayer that we share out loud to open up that space together. So maybe we could do a prayer. Maybe that'll be good to do.
Can I do I don't know, is it the 13 spheres of light?
So that's another meditation we do prior to saying the prayer. The 13 spheres of light meditation is for protection and for grounding for those involved in this space of intention. So should we do that? How did you feel, Julie, when you first received the reading from the group last time?
It was good. I have different questions this time, obviously, for the collective. And maybe if we have time, we'll talk about something else in my past. So.
Okay. Sounds
Emily,
good.
Do you want to do the 13 spheres of light meditation plan for us to get started?
Sure. And then open the records.
Please.
And then open the records.
All right. So here we go. Let's take some nice deep breaths. You're welcome to close your eyes. And just drop into your body and breathe. And we call upon all of our guides, all of our star family, the divine animal kingdom, the archangels, and all the beings of the purest frequency of love and light. And we all now open and create the first sphere of golden white light. The second sphere of golden white light. The third sphere of golden white light. The fourth sphere of golden white light. The fifth sphere of golden white light. The sixth sphere of golden white light. The seventh sphere of golden white light. The eighth sphere of golden white light. The ninth sphere of golden white light. The 10th sphere of golden white light. The 11th sphere of golden white light. The 12th sphere of golden white light. And the 13th sphere of iridescent blue light all around us. And we are now invisible to all frequencies lower than love, inside and outside of ourselves. Spirit, support me in coming into an expanded and elevated state of consciousness, so that I may come into vibrational alignment with your perspective. Set aside the totality of my personality, so that I may serve as a clear vessel for your loving guidance. Let me see this group and everyone who will be listening in the future as we are seen in the lights of the Akashic Records. Let me know this group as we are known in the mind of God, and enable me and Jennifer to see and deliver all the messages from our masters, teachers, and loved ones with integrity, clarity, and love. And so it is. The Akashic Records are now open. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So let's just tune in and see if there are any general messages that want to come through right now. Okay, so what I'm hearing right away is, and it's to do with the time now, but also time to come, the importance of reconnecting and connecting with our physical body, with our physical vessel. We are invited to consider our physical vessel, physical body, as the most sacred temple of light, and to really re-establish and re-established a love relationship with our body.
We see the falling. We see a visual that's coming in very clearly. It feels as though there is an asteroid that will be falling very fast, very heavy, and very accelerated. When we realize within ourselves this falling of this heavy, fast, accelerated asteroid within ourselves, there will be a point when you realize that you can use it as a parachute. There is a sense in this moment of now where the North and the South poles are polarizing as opposites. They are. It seems as though it is the North seems to be the South, and the South is the North at this time. There will be contrasts that are very apparent within your version of your reality of experience. And we recommend and invite you to be aware that this is not to be feared. It is an exciting time for all at this time, as we all need to recognize all that is. And we thank you again.
So, Julie, do you have any questions?
That was pretty powerful. So we're going to have a big shift in our consciousness, basically. So on, are there any, is there any more information as to how some of that shift is going to take place? Are we going to see some changes within our society that will make that shift outside of COVID?
No.
No, it's COVID, right? Everybody's got to stay home and do their internal work, huh? How about, because we're talking about 2021 collective, can we talk about COVID and if we're going to see a shift in it ending, and maybe a timeline? Are we looking to have this around and being under quarantine for another year, give or take? No? Yes? Not giving it
4 months.
4 more months?
4 has been showing up.
Awesome.
4 months.
Okay, everybody's got a timeout, so do your work, like your internal work. It's a good time to get it done. You're in timeout. Take note and do it. And be creative. How about on a, curious about like hurricanes or floods that might happen that may have a devastating effect on the world. If there's anything that you should be aware of for 2021.
Evelina, I saw a visual. I'll go. I didn't want to interrupt in case you wanted to.
Oh no, go ahead. I will. Go ahead if you want to start.
Okay. The visual that they have shared, it's very calming. From my perspective, they share a sunset overlooking a large body of water with no waves. In front of me, there is a sailboat, a white sailboat with 3 blue stripes on its white sail. It is slowly, in a calming manner, passing by towards my left side. The full vital aspect of responsibility within oneself at this time is to honor the calm waters within yourselves. The question that has been shared, all the natural occurrences that will be presented in the external experience of the reality, does not matter at this time. What we recommend in this invitation of response of energy and of resonance is to remind yourselves of this calming sailboat as yourself, swiftly, calmingly allowing it all to pass within at this time.
Wow.
Thank you, Alissa.
So, and it's sort of an answer to the previous question also, in a way. What I'm hearing mostly is the fact that we are somewhat really really asked in a very powerful way to bring all of our life force into the present moment and recognize the infinite possibilities that arise, like almost like a water bursting from underground, like a upside down waterfall. And the moment we are able to surrender into that space and relax into that space, then whatever challenges will be coming our way will be welcomed and will be able to be met with great patient calm, solid, life-giving love. What we've been prepared to enter the space of great acceptance, and allowing for the so-called outer occurrences to wash through us like a wave. And so the core, what they're encouraging us to remember is, the more we are in a space of allowing and non-resistance, the easier and faster we will be able to pick up ourselves again and again and again, and face another day and another day and another day. And I'm sensing there's still a lot to come, that we are just at the verge, at the gateway. We just entered like I'm hearing like like there's a birth canal and there's a death canal. So it feels like it's all happening simultaneously, and therefore the intensity of the energies that we are feeling are so high. Because it's a very old paradigm that is being washed away, and a brand new consciousness is being birthed simultaneously. And so the encouragement is to, if possible, to relax, to drop into our body, to connect with our physical vessel, because this is the gateway to find ground, to find peace, and to find answers that we'll be looking for. Yeah.
Wow.
Beautiful. Also, as you shared that, they shared a very interesting metaphor. They showed the toilet bowl that has the toilet bowl cover.
You're sitting in the toilet. Come on.
The lid of the toilet bowl is closed, so that's what has been. But what will be all the unfolding that we are tapping into and venturing into is now that lid is opening up. And so we will be experiencing more of these awarenesses within our consciousness to be more accessible, to feel into more expressions of ourselves within the expanded consciousness of our infinite being. So what has been, we were inside the toilet bowl, not knowing that the lid was shut. Now it is open. And more of that awareness of the expansiveness of our infinite being will be accessible and breathable. More of that will be more accessible. The energy of being in our natural state of our infinite creatorship, it will be more breathable and accessible, which will require more of those suppressed, conditioned belief systems that have been heavy inside, suppressed down for each of you. It will begin to be inevitable to have it all spill out. And it is within your own pace, design, style, to allow all of this to be out, acknowledged, addressed, and released. Knowing that we are all infinite beings, knowing that only when we can release these suppressed feelings that you will be able to express and be more of yourself.
So the other sorry, I'm hearing myself twice. Yeah, so the other imagery I got as Jennifer, you were speaking, is like, imagine we've been wearing all of the 4 seasons, all of the clothes for 4 seasons. So we are wearing our bathing suit, our regular clothes, then our autumn clothes, then our winter suit, then our coat and another coat and another coat. And it's up to us to, it's like, and now we are able to basically take all of those clothes off and for the first time be free and be naked, but naked also in the sense of pure and innocent. So it is up to us at how fast and to what degree we are willing to, like Jennifer was saying, witness our the uncovering of our purity, of our innocence, of our of being naked, of being pure at heart.
So basically, our truths are going to be exposed and come to the surface. I don't know if this is an appropriate time, but I do have a question. I do believe it's very relevant to this reading. But it is about me personally in a lifetime, 2800 BC about, give or take a few hundred years. And can you find some information on that, and how is it connected to today?
Sorry, can you repeat the question again?
Okay, I lived a lifetime around 2800 BC.
You did?
Yes.
Okay.
And in that lifetime, there was a lot going on.
I got something.
Yes.
The energy that you have shared of your past life incarnate self, they are showing a visual of you opening up a scroll this way. And the scroll it's not just paper parchment that looks like it's been, when you burn paper and the edges are kind of brown, and then the rest of the paper becomes brown. It's that color, but it's not just paper. So it's about this thick.
It's a clay tablet.
You rolled it open,
Huh.
but the handle, there's a handle that's a very particular wood that's shiny and it's dark brown. It looks like it's been smoothed out and somehow made shiny. And it feels very, the energy feels as if it is hidden knowledge from the mass. And you have this scroll that you're opening up. The energy that is in contrast to that energy right now that you and your future versions of yourself and this unfolding of the collective we are tapping into for 2021, it is the way, the manner in which you open up the scroll from the 2800 BC, you said?
Around that time, yes.
the mannerism that you open up and unroll the secret and the energy of it, knowing that it is hidden knowledge and you are in a place of you're not hiding it, but you know it's hidden knowledge. You do know what's in it, but you often unscroll it. So the energy now that we're tapping into that's shifted, it's a parallel. It feels like it's the same thing happening, but the only difference is that now you're opening it, but as you're opening it, it's not you opening it one-dimensionally. You're opening it so that it's twisted, like you're opening it the same manner, but it's like doing a it's almost as if it's doing like a helix turn as you open it up, but you're not turning your hands or your arms. You're opening it up, but it somehow does that, which creates new timelines. So it feels as if it's the same thing happening, but there's new timelines that you are creating with what you're doing. Fascinating.
And that's can you decipher and find that information that is that connected to the collective in this lifetime?
Yes. There are new, within this infinite space of experience and of awareness, waking up and being acknowledged in this infinite space, there are actual new timelines being created. And that's the age we are entering into. There is this new happening. We in the same manner of tapping into that inner knowledge and wisdom within, we're doing it in all the same. It's the same as 2800 BC. But what's different now is that as we're doing that, because we're on a different plane, not different time, because we are on a different plane, even if we're going like this, by itself, the scroll is turning like a helix. So because of that, there's so many dimensionalities simultaneously being unveiled and experienced. And it feels as though we're no longer going to be able to experience one-dimensionally. It feels like there's this, as the helix does, it's, wow, that's beautiful. It'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I just have to remember.
Wow.
My soul just has to remember all of this hidden knowledge that I contain within me. So.
Yeah, and I'm also hearing like you will be impacting other timelines and other dimensions simultaneously as that helix shape kind of becomes active. And I also heard it feels like this time round, in this lifetime, you were also handed like another tool. They say it's like you were handed a sword, and so with that sword you will be able to bring certain things to completion. I'm hearing like a finale of some kind, to really like bring justice to what needs to be brought to light.
So that tool is probably
yes.
Okay, so yeah, that's right on. I know this, but now you know it, and anybody that watches this knows it. So watch out.
Good luck.
I'm taking names.
Well, as Evelina shared the tools part, they showed me a very clear visual of what energetically you're doing for the collective at this time. First, they showed a quarter that is standing upright on this black space. And then what your energy does is you create this flame that looks like the tail of a phoenix. And as it recognizes its flame essence, it twirls so high to the point where it turns into a sunflower petal. Like it turns into a sunflower. So what you are doing is you are igniting the fire within in others with your flame, which then turns into their blossoming of their sun nature.
Yay!
So continue to fan your flame. To share your flame.
That's funny because I was burned alive in that lifetime. So
Wow.
yeah. So we've got a few minutes. I know Chris is really interested in having a reading. So maybe if he or she is still here, please ask your question. Viewers? Anyone? Okay, well, we're waiting for a question. I'll get another one.
In the meanwhile, I'll just also share what they've been kind of showing me from the start, like what will be and what is already starting to happen is our perception of time and space. And we will be drifting away more and more from a linear type of experience and perspective of time and space into more of a spiral-like, but also I'm hearing like a multiverse of timelines, as a matter of fact. So things will continue to expand within us, our perception of even our own self, psyche, physical body, our spirit, our being will continue to bloom like a beautiful rose out and out and out into the space-time. So good luck to
Well, I know how it's going to be done. So yeah, it's my plan. So Chris has a question here. What do you see in the next year? For me, I also started a funeral consultant business. Not much business yet. LOL.
I want to share, before even seeing Chris's question just now and hearing his question, when I was closing my eyes and listening to Evelina, I kept seeing tombstones. So that's really interesting. That's so interesting. Wow.
That's funny.
Yes. Wow.
So you're going to have a booming business, Chris. So you just have to wait for your clients to come to you.
I received something.
You still here?
Okay. Because I don't want to interrupt Evelina.
No, go ahead. Just go.
Okay. So they shared a visual of, instead of a red carpet being unrolling itself from us, from the vantage point of us rolling, it's white. And there is the sense of knowing where I need to be, which will be very, very apparent within yourselves in this next year. You will know, and it is up to you. It's inevitable that you will be there, but the journey is going to be effortless as you allow yourself to, like Evelina has shared, allow yourself to have those that no longer serve us or of resonance to fall away. And the awareness that you have of what you do need will be so apparent in yourselves. You will be inevitably in the know of what you need for yourself, and there will be no choice but to address it for yourself. And this will be creating so-called chaos in your dynamics of living your daily lives. But do know from this moment on that the journey to allowing and acknowledging that knowingness of what you need, it's always going to be there, and it's going to be blowing up in your face. And so trust your inner voice. We each have a very unique inner voice that we can only hear, feel, sense, and hear again and again here within yourself. No one else can tell you, show you, share with you. Only your inner voice that is of resonance to your truth can be felt through others. But do know that this white unrolling of this neediness of self will be very, very apparent in this next year for you. So there will be many changes and shiftings within your daily lives, is what they share.
Wow. That's powerful.
Mm.
We have another question, another person. What is the best way to tap into these energies? I've been channeling more lately and would like to access more as well.
So what I'm hearing is to, just like the previous image I received from about wearing many layers of clothing. So the challenge is, and we are invited to continue shedding all the layers one by one to the point where we are able to walk naked. But by naked, it also means being raw at the core of our being, to being authentic, to allowing yourself to be silly, to be able to sing as you walk on the street and not be worried or have any sense of guilt, shame, embarrassment of allowing your specific signature sound voice to come through they're saying like every hole of your being, through your nose, through your mouth, through your ears, through your crown chakra, through your root chakra, to see yourself like a fountain of rainbow diamond light that is just bursting wide open, to really look in and welcome any moment when you start to feel like you are censoring yourself of how you should be, could be, and simply really drop into what makes your heart bloom like a rainbow rose.
Wow. Oh, where did that come from?
No clue.
That's awesome. Rainbow Rose. I think she's a country singer. Rainbow Rose. Never mind. That's a joke.
Also, what has come through is knowing within yourself that all of you, are channels of divine loving grace. You are a vessel. You provide the color that makes all of us into rainbows. Each of our colors are needed to be a rainbow. Knowing within yourself that in each moment of inspiration, of expression that comes through for you, is not only for you, but it is also for your other selves. Knowing that you're always in service for self and for others. And knowing that you're always in your center. Knowing that every single thing happens for you. And feeling through the expression of being alive as a canvas of your color. For you to be your color. To allow the canvas of your life to be as colorful as it can. To allow that to emerge in whatever way it wishes to express itself. It could be as you are in line for coffee and you suddenly feel a peak of interest to share your day with that of the other self in front of you. Sharing, hello, how was your day? It is a form of channeling. All is channeling. Your living being is a channel for your version of yourself. So we thank you.
Julie, how much time do we have?
We have like 3 minutes, but we can go over. It's okay.
Okay, I just want to say it would be good to have time to close the records.
Exactly. I know.
Okay.
I put that in my I have one question. That'll be the last one. I'm being tested. What lesson am I supposed to learn? For Elizabeth.
I've been being tested. Okay. So what I'm hearing, the first word that I'm hearing is expansion. It's like, just imagine being put extra weight on your shoulders, like as if somebody put a brick on each of your shoulders and you had to walk with that brick for some time and feel the weight of it. And every time you would lift your hand, you would feel the weight of the brick. And then the time comes where you are, through your own inner work, able to take off the bricks of your shoulders and then just feel into that moment where those bricks are taken off and you are starting to feel like as if you're not just lighter, but like extensively lighter. It feels like almost, as a matter of fact, you received wings that are able to, so instead of walking on the ground, you're kind of like hovering over the ground as you're walking. So in many ways, one of many aspects of, let's say, us being a human and being challenged in many different ways is for us to grow from it and to expand from it and to become more, but in a sense of more of like being able to love more, to become your brightest version of your being, to the point where you almost feel like you received an extra pair of wings.
Jennifer, did you have something for Elizabeth?
They shared visual of a dove. The dove looks very similar to the keyboard emoji that we use on our computers and our phones. This dove that they have shared, for the energy that you have shared of being tested, the wings are much more longer and bigger. And it flaps its wings very slowly and deeply. What the process is for your tested experience, the experience of, am I being tested again? Remind yourself of this visual of this carrier pigeon, this carrier dove, messenger of divine grace entering your space. The energy that you share of questioning, why am I being tested again with this? The message, the lesson that you are to receive, visualize this dove flapping its wings very slowly, and it's tired. It's trying to get to you, but it's so tired and it's taking its time. So the lesson here then for this lesson is allow the bird, the dove, the messenger pigeon of delivering grace to you to have an easier time. So just allow the energy. This is just sharing the gauging of energy that you should invite yourself to feel. Instead of the dove having heavy, slow time, allow it to feel gentle and allow it to enter your space with grace. For the grace of the lesson that needs to be delivered to you needs to have space and allowance. Does this make sense?
I think the lesson is in the experience.
The lesson is to allow space to receive the lesson.
Exactly.
Yes.
She said, thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay, ladies. let's close those records and
Thank you.
All right, so we would like to express our deepest gratitude to all of our beloved guides and for all the insight and all the wisdom and all the love. And may it continue to wash all of us and everyone listening to this podcast today and in the future. And we anchor the highest timeline possible for all of us, humanity, all of us here gathered. And may we allow our being to receive and to experience, to deeply fall into the experience of whatever is arising in the now. May we fall in love with the now and allow ourselves to trust, to surrender, and to breathe deeply into the now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The Akashic Records are now closed. The Akashic Records are now closed. The Akashic Records are now closed. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
that was super fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you so much for coming on tonight. I appreciate it. Appreciate all the viewers and the participation tonight. Anybody out there that's not a subscriber to my YouTube channel or Jennifer's or Cosmic Rainbow Hearts Facebook page or Instagram, please do so. If you want an Akashic Record reading, please go see these ladies. They're wonderful, beautiful ladies that will do a terrific job. Thank you and good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.